Hi folks, welcome to Coffee with John, number 116 I think. We will finish all these Coffee with Johns by Friday, which will take us up to 119 of them. And then I'm going to stop for a week or two, and then I'm thinking of doing something else, but I need your feedback because I'm only doing this if it benefits people. I don't care, I'm not looking to get big viewing figures and all that kind of stuff. I'm just really, if people are genuinely helped from it, then I'm happy to continue doing it. And if they're not, then I'll just stop because, I don't need to talk to myself, and I read and study the Bible anyway. If this is beneficial for you, please do let me know. So what I'm thinking is, having done Coffee with John, I would like to do Coffee with Jesus. And what I mean by that is the Gospel of John, because I think the Gospel of John gives us such marvelous insight into Christ. And I just love going through it. Now, that's a major undertaking for me. I've been preaching through the Gospel of John, but I'd love to do it in this way as well. If you think it's worthwhile. If you think it's worthwhile, let me know. But meanwhile, let's continue with 3 John. I'm just looking here. He's said, don't imitate what is evil, imitate what is good, and then he gives an example of what is good. So compared to Diotrephes, who loved to be first, here's this guy Demetrius. Let me read it. Demetrius is well spoken of by everyone, and even by the truth itself. We also speak well of him, and you know that our testimony is true. I think that what you've got here is Demetrius as a Christian who is to be commended and praised. And we need to remember that. Sometimes you get so distressed by people who are professing Christians who, I don't know what the phrase is, who they depress you and sometimes may even make you question their faith. But what we also need to remember are people who do the very opposite, and there are many of these, like Demetrius. Perhaps Demetrius was the messenger who carried the letter from John to Gaius. He's certainly well known as a Christian. If John's writing from Ephesus, which is highly likely, I wonder if he is the Demetrius who in Acts 19 had made silver shrines of Artemis and who had started the riot against Paul in the city, which finished Paul's 2-year ministry in that city. What if Demetrius had been converted? What if Saul had become Paul? What if Demetrius, the pagan idolater, had become Demetrius, the Christian who is spoken well of by everyone? He's spoken of by the truth itself. Does that mean Jesus? I think it really just means the Spirit inspiring and adding to the testimony of the people around. I think Demetrius lived his life according to God's word of truth. So when he's measured by that, then the truth itself confirmed his quality. And John does that. Look what he says. You know that our testimony is true. We speak well of him. So he obviously had met him and had received him and so on. And John is saying, look, Diotrephes, who loves to be first, is real trouble, but Demetrius is the real deal. And John draws upon, if you like, his own personal integrity and reliability, as well as his apostolic authority, to make that distinction absolutely clear. And I do think of that as well. I mean, sometimes I may be told something about someone, and it's kind of gossip and it's awful, and that's not good. But sometimes you're told something that by somebody, listen, you need to listen to this person, or you need to welcome them. And when that's said by someone who I respect and admire, I'm much more likely to do so. And I think that's what's happening here. So we have a simple choice, I think. We can be a Diotrephes who loves to be first, or we can be a Demetrius who's spoken well of even by the truth itself. God bless you, and see you again tomorrow. And don't forget to let me know what you think about doing the Gospel of John. All right, bye.